Okay, first I will start with the introduction. In operating system, use resource in the following way. First is request resource, second is use the resource, and third is release the resource.
So Anis, what is deadlock actually?
Okay, deadlock is a situation where a set of processes are blocked because each process is holding resource and waiting for another resource to be acquired by other process. For example, in real life situation, we can't get a job without any experience, and experience can only come if we do some job. Okay, so here we will end up in a deadlock. Next, I will continue with deadlock characterization. Deadlock can arise if four of the conditions hold simultaneously. The first condition is mutual exclusion, where two or more resources are non-shareable, so means that only one process can use it at a time. Next is hold and wait, where a process is holding at least one resource and waiting to acquire additional resource held by other process. The third one is no preemption, meaning that a resource cannot be taken from a process unless the process releases the resource. And lastly is circular wait, where a set of processes are waiting for each other in a circular form.
Fatihah, will you explain about the method for handling the deadlock?
I will explain several methods of how to handling the deadlock. So the first one is deadlock prevention or avoidance. Deadlock prevention is done by negating one of four conditions or characterization that my friend has stated before. And for the deadlock avoidance, we must make an assumption when we adopting with the avoidance technique. In this method, we use Penker algorithm to avoid the deadlock. Second method is deadlock detention and recovery. In this method, we let the deadlock occur, then we do preemption to handle the deadlock. And the last method is ignore the problem. This is happen if the deadlock is very rare, then we let it happen and rebuild the system. Next, I will explain about the basic fact that we need to know about the deadlock. So, if a graph contains non-cycle or is in the safe state, that means confirm no deadlock. But if the graph contains cycle or is in an unsafe state, that means we need to look at the number of the instances. To end this video, I continue with the recovery from the deadlock. It has two processes, which is the process termination. In process termination is to eliminate the deadlock, means we can simply kill one or more process. It has two methods. The first one is we abort all the deadlock process, and the second one is we abort one process at a time until the deadlock is broken. Second process is the resources preemption. It has three methods, which is the first one is selecting a victim. Means we determine which resources and process to be preempted in order to minimize the cost. And the second one, we have rollback. Means we abort the process and then we restart it. And the last one, we have starvation. So that's all for us.